Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Ma'am, please unmute your ID option, ma'am. Please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So shall we begin?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Good afternoon, esteemed dignitaries, honorable guests, dear students and participants. On behalf of Department of Liberal Arts, Swarnim School of Management, Commerce and Liberal Arts, I, Dhanushi Mayank Surana, Assistant Professor, SMCLA, welcome you all.
You can be louder.
Your presence here today is testament of your commitment to begin the understanding of the financial instrument, that is, mutual funds. Today's webinar promises a thought-provoking exploration on the topic financial empowerment and career opportunities in the field of finance and security market. Before we commence, I would like to offer my sincere gratitude to all the distinguished guests present online and offline for sparing their valuable time and join us today. Without further delay, let us now begin this journey of understanding and learning. I would like to invite Dr. Shashikant Bhagat, Professor and Head, Department of Liberal Arts and School of Journalism and Mass Communication, to welcome the participant and the guest.
On the behalf of Department of Liberal Arts and the School of Management, Commerce and Liberal Arts, Swarnim Startup and Innovation University, India's first startup university, I welcome all the participants, students, and delegates from the AMFI. I remember in 2017 and before, two institutions, that is SEBI and AMFI, has launched the campaign to create the awareness amongst investors, especially the young investors, related to insurance. And the campaign title was Insurance Jaruri Hai. And later on, the AMFI has came up with another beautiful campaign, that is Mutual Fund Sahi Hai. And I was reading various research papers related to advertising and other marketing communications. I got to know that these two campaigns has created a massive impact in our country, especially the young investors, to opt the insurance and mutual funds together. And this has become the very important investment component. And we have seen post-COVID scenario that mutual fund has again gained its momentum, and people started believing in investing in the mutual funds. And AMFI is really doing a wonderful for creating such type of campaign. And to note this particular online national webinar, that creating the career opportunities prospecting in mutual funds, the representative and especially Surikant sir has going to deliver the keynote address that how this industry is so important to all of us. And the delegates sitting within our campus and students, and of course the participants in India and across the world have joined to listen to Surikant sir. On the behalf of President, Vice President, Registrar, Provost, Academic Dean, and of course my colleague and students, I'm sure this webinar is really going to be the opening of understanding related to mutual funds. With this note, I wish that this program is create another understanding opportunity related to the financial problems. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm words. I would now like to invite Dr. Saurabhi Chaturvedi, Professor and Director, Swarnim School of Management, Commerce and Liberal Arts, to share her views and deliver the inaugural speech.
Thank you, Dhanushri. On behalf of Swarnim Startup and Innovation University, School of Management, Commerce and Liberal Arts, I welcome one
Dear participants, there is some technical issue. So I request all the participants, please cooperate. Within 1 minute or 2 minutes, they will join again in session.
recording in progress.
We are sorry for the inconvenience caused. Dr. Saurabhi Chaturvedi, Professor and Director, Swarnim School of Management, Commerce and Liberal Arts. Ma'am, could you please
Yeah.
continue?
So we welcome Surikant ji for this consenting for this webinar. We welcome all the professors, associate professors, all those who have joined online, offline, Swarnim University students and the students who have joined online. We are very happy to share that we have more than 100 plus participants who have registered for this webinar, and that too from various parts of the country, name it Uttar Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu. So there are participants from all over the country. We are grateful and thankful to Association of Mutual Funds in India, AMFI, for partnering with us in this national webinar. Swarnim Startup and Innovation University work as a hub and spoke model, where innovation, startup and entrepreneurship are the hub. If you can, imagine the bicycle wheel, you may understand that the bicycle wheel is connected with a center point, which we are calling as the hub. And innovation, startup, and entrepreneurship is the hub of this university, and the spokes are the various departments. So every course around this in this university is designed to inculcate or bring in the passion and innovation of the startup and entrepreneurship in all the students who are studying here. This university was established in the year 2017. Innovation, startup, and entrepreneurship are the heart and soul of all the departments. School of Management, Commerce, and Liberal Arts offer various programs in the liberal arts domain, in the commerce, management, and the PhD degrees. We have implemented the National Education Policy 2020 framework in all our programs. The key feature includes the research degree in the UG and PG program. Along with that, if a student has undergone 4 years UG program, is eligible to complete the master's program in business administration in 1 year. Today's scheme is very appropriate and not restricted to any branch or specialization, as financial empowerment is for all. How students and faculties from different backgrounds can explore possible career opportunities in the financial and security market is the theme for the day. It's rightly quoted by someone, money is terrible master, but an excellent servant. So taming the money and empowering all of us, we have Shri Suryakant Sharma ji, who is going to guide us on the theme. We welcome you, sir, and we thank AMFI for partnering with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your enlightening words. Moving forward, I would like to make all the participants familiar with the Association of Mutual Funds of India, AMFI. It is a non-profit industry body of the asset management companies of the Mutual Funds of India and registered with SEBI, that is Security and Exchange Board of India. Incorporated in 1995, AMFI is dedicated on developing, issuing policies, implementation of guidelines, provide important information regarding mutual funds, and much more. The Mutual Funds Sahi Hai 2017 campaign is a nationwide investor awareness media outreach created to spread awareness regarding mutual funds among the citizens. Forwarding the same, now I would request Ms. Shabina Shastri, Assistant Professor, SMCLA, to introduce our guest speaker for today.
Thank you, Tanushi ma'am. Suryakant Sharma is a postgraduate in commerce and law with specialization in corporate laws. He is also Chartered Associate of Indian Institute of Banking and Finance, like IIBF. Shri Sharma has over 35 years experience in banking and finance and securities market and had initially served in a leading financial institution, thereafter in Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and finally in SEBI. Shri Sharma joined Securities and Exchange Board of India, like SEBI, in 2003 and served in SEBI for more than 16 years in different departments of SEBI. Lastly, in addition to other assignments in SEBI, he was in charge of Office of Investor Awareness and Education in SEBI's Northern region for more than 5 years, and in this period, more than 15,000 financial literacy and investor awareness program like IAPS were conducted, and he himself had addressed as a guest speaker in more than 600 IAPS. Shri Sharma was also a member of working group of NCERT for developing vocational course on mutual funds for students of 11th and 12th classes. Shri Sharma is also recipient of Excellence Award from a leading trade body for promoting mutual funds in India. Shri Sharma is also mentor of a few NGOs working for financial literacy and investor awareness in the country. After superannuation from SEBI in 2019, he has joined Association of Mutual in India, like AMFI. an apex body of mutual fund in India, as senior consultant for spreading financial literacy and investor awareness across country among citizens. Since May 2019, Sri Sharma has interacted with lakhs of investors and potential investors like students through more than 1,000 investor awareness online webinar and on-ground physical programs across the country in reputed government organization, research institution, leading educational and professional institution, corporates, startups, women-centered NGOs, and others. Thank you so much and welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Without further ado, it's my honor to extend a warm invitation to our guest speaker for today, Sri Suryakant Sharma, Senior Consultant, AMFI, to take over the session.
Thank you very much and good afternoon to all of you. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thank you. It is afternoon and it is very difficult after a proper lunch to have a sitting like this. It is not easy, we do appreciate. But I am thankful to Professor Chaturvedi, Professor Bhagat, Professor Anil Barkar, all faculty members and lovely students for giving me opportunity to be with all of you today and to talk about a topic which nowadays is a flare of the country, particularly youngsters. Dr. Bhagat was very right that nowadays after insurance, youngsters particularly are interested to know what about the mutual funds. And you might have observed from newspaper and TV reportings that mutual fund asset and management has crossed, Dr. Bhagat, more than 50 lakhs crores of rupees, which were unthinkable before 5 years. And now we can see that it is just the beginning. It is just the beginning. Where we will reach next 5 years or 10 years, nobody can answer this. Because of the flair and the interest shown by the youngsters, and not only youngsters, all segment of the society, mutual fund portfolios are rising like anything every month. And one of the more interesting data, Dr. Bhagat might be knowing it, more than 17,000 crores of rupees are coming every month through SIPs only. And majority of the SIPs are coming from youngsters and even from students. Very happy scenario as far as mutual fund industry is concerned. But it has make us more responsible, more burdened to live up to the expectation of the investors. That is why AMFI, which is an apex body of the mutual funds, are trying very hard to set the industry and to set the tone of mutual fund industry in such a manner that we perform up to the expectation of the investors. We have a level playing field. We have professional research support. Everything we have to the expectation of the investors. And one thing I want to tell here before I start my session, and before my discourse on the mutual fund, Professor Bhagat knows it very well, that mutual fund is only one of the investment products. Firstly. And secondly, this is not the marketing event of mutual funds. I am not here to market the mutual fund that you should go for the mutual fund investment. Nothing. This is not my domain. When I joined AMFI in 2019 after SEBI, I had made them very clear that I will try to make people understand about the basics of the mutual funds, but I will never market mutual fund because it's the domain of the AMCs and their team to market mutual fund products. But of course, I feel that, and I personally feel, and for all of you, and particularly for the interest of Dr. Bhagat and Dr. Chaturvedi, I just want to share that I have been invested in mutual fund for last 25 years. Because when I was in SEBI, under SEBI regulation, service regulation, Dr. Bhagat, we were restricted not to invest in equity direct or in the stock market directly, but we had got liberty to invest in mutual funds. So with conviction, I can say that mutual fund is one of the best products available in the market for the middle class, salary class persons particularly. The first thing we should understand what is mutual fund. Mutual fund is nothing but indirect way of investing. And second thing I want to add here for information of the students, that mutual fund as such is not an investment. It is a channel for investments. Through mutual funds schemes, your money is invested in different segments of the financial sector. So mutual fund is just a channel, just a way of investing of the surplus money or the savings of the retail investors, broadly retail investors. So mutual fund is a product which is strongly regulated by SEBI. I want to add here, it is not a Ponzi scheme. It is not a cheat fund. It is not like that thing. It is strongly regulated by SEBI. Each and every aspect of the mutual fund schemes and mutual fund industry has been regulated by the SEBI at every stage. Each and every scheme of the mutual fund is pre-approved by SEBI, including their terms and conditions, including their investment strategy. Everything is approved by SEBI. So mutual fund is a regulated product, just like bank deposits and insurance and NPS. Second thing I want to tell about mutual fund is that mutual fund is a unique product in some sense. Why I am saying here that it is a unique product? Because in mutual funds, schemes are available as per your risk appetite. There are more than 1,400 schemes under in mutual funds, which cater to the needs of different categories of investors as per their risk appetite. If a person has got highest risk appetite, just like young people like you have got equity funds for you. Those who don't have that level of risk appetite, Dr. Bhagat, then there is different category available for the investor, that is called balance funds. In balance funds, equity exposure is there, but at the same time, debt exposure is also there. And there is also third category, which is purely debt funds, where your money is invested, not invested into the equities of the corporates, but are given as a loan to the corporates. And in mutual fund, this is not the limit. You will be happy to note that mutual funds are now investing in gold. Mutual funds are now investing in silver. Mutual funds are now investing in commodities market. Mutual funds are now investing in international market here. And you might be aware that sitting at your university, you can invest in Google, Apple, and other MNCs. Big names you can invest sitting in your university campus. That is through international funds of mutual funds category. So mutual funds give you a wider platform of investment, out of which you can choose as per your risk appetite. Secondly, in mutual funds, schemes are available as per your time horizon of investments. And my dear friends, Dr. Bhagat must be knowing it, that in mutual fund, there is a category of investments where you can invest only for overnight. You can invest late night and you can withdraw in the morning, you get something. That is called overnight funds. For those who have funds for only for one night, that category is available. Then there is other category available for all of you is liquid funds, where you can invest for a very short period of 1 week, of 1 month, or even 3 months. And it will give you, it will generate better return than your savings bank account. And one more specialty of liquid fund is that your money will not be invested into the equity share of the corporates. Your money will be invested into the money market, where the risk is literally minimum. Of course, I will not use the word that no risk, but very minimum risk, but with relatively higher return. And for your information, faculty members must be knowing that liquid funds are generating more than 4.5% to 5.5% return, whereas your SB account will give you hardly 2.5% return, that too, and the average of 3 months. And for mutual fund, it is generating on daily basis. And Dr. Bhagat, I know a lot of professors like you, or particularly young professors, who have started a practice. And that is when they get the salary in their bank account, they simply transfer that salary from their bank account to the liquid fund. And that is all possible through app only, nowhere to go. Simply you have to update your KYC and all basic formalities you have to do, then everything is okay. So you can transfer your salary from your bank account to the liquid fund. Naturally, you will ask me why we should do. The first benefit is that right from the first day you start earning return on your salary amount, which is average today is 4.5% to 6%, where in your bank account, it would have been hardly 2.5%. Secondly, you have got at every time money in your hands. Suppose you transfer 80,000, your salary, you are getting 80,000 salary, and you transfer it to liquid fund on first. And on fifth, you need 10,000 for some personal use. You simply go to the app, put 10,000, click withdraw button, and within fraction of seconds, 10,000 is transferred to your bank. So money is always available to you. And the only limitation here is that you can't withdraw more than 50,000 in a month. That is the limitation in liquid fund. So liquid fund, Dr. Bhagat, is a better cash management for individuals. We can manage our cash in a better way, earning better return than our SB accounts. Then short-term debt funds are there, where you can invest your money for a very short period of 3 months to 6 months. These are called ultra short-term debt funds. Then short-term debt funds are there, 6 months to 1 year, then from 1 year to 3 years, then beyond 3 years. Likewise, different tenure-wise, the schemes are available, which you can better use or best make best use of it by investing your money as per your time horizon. And as I just mentioned, broadly speaking, there are 3 categories as far as share market is concerned in mutual fund, and that is called equity fund, balance fund, and debt funds. Equity funds are suitable for those investors who want to invest their money for a longer period. The minimum it should be, ideally speaking, not less than 5 years. But larger it will be, higher will be the return. And I know you must be knowing, knowing about a fact also, that most of the equity funds have generated, Dr. Bhagat, during last 10 years, return between 12 to 18%. And that too tax efficient, because in security market, you must be aware that up to 1 lakh rupees profit or return, there is no tax liability. Beyond that, if it is a short term, that is within one year, your tax liability, capital gain liability will come to 15%. And if it is beyond 1 year, then the tax liability will be 10% only. So equity fund has got a lot of subcategories. Again, large cap, mid cap, small cap, multi cap, a lot of things are there. A lot of categories of investment or of equity funds are there, which have been developed to suit as per the requirements of individual investors. But I again repeat, equity fund is not meant for short-term investors, because the risk is involved. Market volatility is always there. So you should not expect getting higher return in a short term, but over a period of time, return will be definitely phenomenal. And you might be aware, you have been students of commerce and economics as well. During last 35 years, market has generated average annual return, Dr. Bhagat, of 15%, which is not a bad return at all. And earlier that it was more tax efficient, but because tax were not applicable on the returns of mutual fund. But now government has started taking pie out of mutual fund profits as well, from the individuals as well. But still it is tax efficient. So equity fund is a flair for youngsters, for those who want to invest for long-term investment, and those who have flair of taking risk. The second category is balance fund. In balance fund, some of your money will go to the equity fund, equity shares of the corporates, and some of your funds will go to the to go as a loan to the corporates. So your risk will automatically be balanced. And in balance fund itself, there are two categories. The first category is aggressive hybrid funds, where the majority of your money, literally you can say more than 60%, 70% will go to the equity and 30% will go to the debt segment. On the contrary, if it is a conservative hybrid fund, then 60-70% will go to the debt segment and 30% will go into the equity segment of investments. So for hybrid funds, those who aspire to generate higher return but don't want to take high risk as in equity fund, then hybrid funds are a better category for all of you. And the third category, where people are not interested or not keen or not in a position to take high risk, the third category is debt funds. In debt fund, Dr. Bhagat, your money will not be invested at all into the equity share of any corporates. Your money will be given as a loan to the corporates. And when loan is given, broadly speaking, rate of interest or rate of return, whatever you say, is predetermined. So your return will be expected, but with lesser risk. But in the meantime, you should not expect high return in debt funds, because your money will be given as a loan. And the debt fund is broadly useful for the individuals, Dr. Bhagat, who doesn't have high risk appetite, or those who have already crossed 50, 55 or 60. But it is still better than your bank FD. Because in bank FD, you might not be aware, every penny you earn will be treated as your income and will be included in your income tax. Earlier, the debt funds were more tax efficient before last year, when indexation benefit was available in the debt fund. But now the government has withdrawn debt fund indexation benefit from the debt funds, but still they are relatively better placed as compared to the fixed deposits. So as far as mutual funds are concerned, it is the most transparent product. I don't know whether Dr. Bhagat has made some FD in some banks at any point of time. Suppose Dr. Bhagat has made an FD of 10 lakhs rupees with a good bank. Would bank tell Dr. Bhagat that where 10 lakhs rupees has been given loan to some party or where it has been given to some other person? No, they will not tell you. But in mutual fund, on monthly basis, if Dr. Bhagat invests 10 lakhs rupees in mutual fund, Dr. Bhagat, every month you will get a mail from the mutual fund company giving each and every detail where your money has been invested, in which company, how much shares, and at what price, what is the price of last month, what is the price this year. Every detail will be shared with all of you, which no other investment product will share with you. So mutual, and moreover, you have got leverage to change your investment if you are not satisfied with the investment strategy of a particular mutual fund of that scheme. And one more unique benefit in mutual fund, at Dr. Chaturvedi had mentioned, is that in mutual funds, when you invest, you are in a position to evaluate each and every scheme. Each and every scheme data, past history, past performance, everything is available in the public domain. So nothing can be hid by the mutual fund companies as far as their investment strategy is concerned. And one more unique feature of mutual fund is that mutual fund has got one additional feature nowadays, which were not earlier available, my dear friends. But last 2 years, SEBI has now mandated that with every scheme a riskometer will be attached. So when you think of investing in any particular scheme, riskometer will come first, and it will give you broad idea how much degree of risk is inbuilt or is inherent in the scheme. If the product is of high risky product, then the riskometer key will tilt towards right. And if it is very low, then it will tilt toward left. So you can make out from the riskometer itself. And this is an effort of SEBI to make general investor aware about what is risk is probable in particular scheme. So riskometer is also in one of the products, one of the features which SEBI has introduced just to make people, or particularly young, particularly normal investor, how much risk the scheme is having and whether their risk appetite is broadly in match with the risk of that scheme. So riskometer is such a feature that is available now with every scheme. In mutual fund, you can invest as lump sum or through systematic transfer plan, STP, or the best way of investing, particularly for middle class, salary class person, is through SIP. SIP is nothing but just like a recurring account. You might have opened, or you might have seen your parents opening recurring account in the bank, where every month they will be depositing some amount. That's broadly the same philosophy goes into SIP. SIP is nothing but investing regularly in a particular scheme, and the minimum amount of SIP for an investor is 500 rupees. Maximum, there is no limit, but for a student, there is a special dispensation that a student can start SIP of even 100 rupees out of their pocket money. And this exercise has been done just to inculcate a level of discipline, a mental state of a student that they start investing even when he or she is a student. And SIP is a magic for middle class, salary class person, particularly those who, because in India, Dr. Bhagat, we get salary or normally on monthly basis. So monthly SIP is most common SIP where people invest on monthly basis. And longer you run with the SIP, higher will be the return, because the power of compounding will come into play. So SIP is a magic for middle class, salary class person. And I know a lot of youngsters who have started not one SIP when they start earning. They have got multiple SIPs. They have got 4, 5, 6, even 6 SIPs. And every SIP is target oriented. One SIP for purchase of house, another SIP for purchase of vehicle, third SIP for going on vacations, fourth SIP for higher education of children, fifth SIP might be for marriage of children, and last SIP might be for your retirement plan, retirement life. So you can start multiple SIP. And SIP will develop an indirect discipline in your life, because once you start SIP will be deducted from your bank account on the day fixed by you every month. So they automatically indirect discipline will be developed and you will be having good corpus. I just give you one example, then I will go ahead before that. Suppose a person at the age of 20 years started an SIP of only 500 rupees a month. Only 500 rupees a month. And he continued with that SIP for next 40 years. 500 rupees is nothing. Maybe something today, but after 10 years, it is nothing. But he continued with the SIP for 500 rupees for 40 years. After 40 years, I presume a return of 12% only. I am presuming, whereas the return has been more than 15%, but let's presume a conservative return of 12%. The corpus the person will be having after 40 years is 43 lakhs 80,000. But this is a flat SIP. But Dr. Bhagat, now a new concept has come in the SIP that is called top-up SIP or step-up SIP. In top-up SIP or step-up SIP, what an investor do, he or she start increasing every month some amount of SIP. Maybe 5%, maybe 10%. And that is the best way rather. Suppose you start an SIP of 1,000 rupees, and as a golden rule, you should increase it by 10% every year. Because we get increment, we get increase in our salary, this happen normal life. So suppose you have started with 1,000 rupees. So in next year, you upgrade it or you increase it by 10%, that is 1,100 rupees. In the third year, you again increase it by 10%, that is 10% of 1,100 added. Likewise, if you continue multiplying your SIP by 10% for next 40 years, and I feel personally that you must do it, then the corpus would be 1 crore 88 lakhs. In flat SIP, the corpus was literally 43 lakhs. But if you take an advanced step of stepping up your SIP every year, then the corpus will be much, much bigger. So please do understand the importance of SIP. And nowadays, hundreds of websites relating to mutual funds do have SIP calculators. Suppose a ma'am sitting before me, I can see her. Suppose she says that she will be needing 4 crore rupees for the higher education of her children after 25 years. Suppose. Then the target of her is 4 crore rupees and the period available with us is 25 years. So you put the target of 4 crore and put the period 25 crore in SIP calculator. SIP calculator will give you a broad idea how much amount of SIP you should start right now. That is now I want to tell you that SIP is a very, 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 very effective way of developing good corpus for our milestones in our life. The second option of second category of options available for investment in mutual fund is through STP. I have just talked about SIP. STP simply means systematic transfer plan. Suppose Dr. Bhagat has got 10 lakh rupees with him for investment in mutual fund. The one way is that he can invest 10,000 in one go on one day. But Dr. Bhagat, that is very risky. Suppose you invest today 10 lakhs and tomorrow market goes down by 10% or so. Your 10 lakhs will be literally 9 lakhs in one day or 2 days. So that risk is very high. But that other route is available. That is transferring your 10 lakhs from first you put your 10 lakhs into liquid fund of the AMC and identify the scheme where you are going to invest. Then start transferring from liquid fund to the designated, that is called designated scheme. An amount of 25,000, 30,000 or 50,000 every month or every fortnight. So over a period of 10 months or so, your money of 10 lakhs will be transferred from liquid fund to the designated fund. What will be the benefit? You will get the benefit of risk average. Because your money will not be transferred in one go, it will be transferred gradually. So suppose one day market goes down, other day market goes up. So on an average, your risk will be covered, and so will be the return. You will also, the return will also be averaged out, and additionally, you will earn 4 to 5% return on your liquid fund the day you invested your 10 lakhs in that return. So STP is a better way of investing lump sum amount. You should not directly invest it. And the third uniqueness of mutual fund is SWP, systematic withdrawal plan. Systematic withdrawal plan literally is an idea where you can enjoy your life after retirement in a most comfortable way. Systematic withdrawal plan simply happens that suppose Dr. Bhagat has been very smart in investing and developing a retirement corpus of 5 crore rupees for his retirement. And when he retires, he doesn't have any other income. What to do? Because for retirement, definitely he will need at least 2-3 lakhs per month. In mutual fund, SWF, systematic withdrawal facility is available. And that is suppose Dr. Bhagat had developed a corpus of 5 crore rupees for her retirement life. He can simply write to the mutual fund company where he has got his corpus, please keep transferring 2 lakh rupees or 1 lakh, whatever he wants, 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees from my corpus to my bank account on every first month of the day. The first benefit Dr. Bhagat will have is mental comfort. Every month he will be getting 2-3 lakhs on credit in it. Of course, it is his own money. But that mental comfort will be there that on every first day of the month, I will get a credit or I will get a transfer of rupees 2 lakh or 3 lakh, whatever he decides. Then whatever remains with the mutual fund out of 5 crore will continue to generate return. So on the one hand, he is withdrawing some money for his managing retired life. On the other, his remaining amount is continue to generate return for him. And a thumb rule is there, Dr. Bhagat, that if you withdraw around 6% of your corpus every year, then your corpus will literally remain same or rather increase. Because that corpus will continue to generate return and you will continue to enjoy your retirement life without any mental burden, without any shortage of money. And third benefit is SWF is that it is tax efficient also, Dr. Bhagat. Suppose you withdraw 2 lakh rupees per month out of your corpus. Out of 2 lakh rupees, 1 lakh rupees will be withdrawn from your principal which you had invested, your own money. And remaining 1 lakh will be withdrawn with out of the return which you have generated on your corpus over a period of time. And Dr. Bhagat, tax will be applicable only on 1 lakh rupees. Because remaining 1 lakh will be your own money. So it is also tax efficient. It is also tax efficient that tax will be applicable only on the actual withdrawal of your return. So FWP is a concept for your retirement life. But again, for that, you will have to develop a huge corpus for retirement life. No mutual fund is going to give you money on their own. That is your own money. But it is a better management of your money that you can withdraw reasonable money every month, every year. And at the same time, the corpus remains the same. Because why it is more relevant, sir? That suppose today you need 20 lakhs rupees or 2 lakhs rupees per month at the age of 60. Dr. Bhagat, at the age of 70, you might be needing not 2 lakhs, but 2.50 lakhs because of inflation. And at the age of 80, it might go even up to 3 lakhs rupees per month. So that can also be managed through efficient withdrawal of your money for your retirement life. So SWF is a very, very good phenomena in mutual funds. So this is all I wanted to share with you about the mutual funds. And if any of you have got any questions or any query about mutual funds, I will be more than happy to give answer to your questions. But before that, I will request Dr. Bhagat to kindly give his observation about this session. Sir,
Yes,
not
sir.
yeah.
Audible now?
Yeah.
So you rightly mentioned many aspects of the mutual funds, and in fact, I read a lot about the mutual funds. I do also invest, and I was not completely knowing how this STTP works and how liquid funds works. But these two components really made, I think, not only to me, to all the students and the participants who are watching you online, they got to know this clarity. And you know, I will say that the AMFI is this mutual fund sahi hai is not the marketing campaign. It is not the marketing campaign. I do understand because I teach the public relations subject here. Okay, so this is the awareness campaign. And through this campaign, the young investors like me and other students who are going to embark their career in the field of the choice they have made. Certainly, mutual funds is going to be the one of the systematic channel to the investment, and the kind of inflation that we are really expecting in coming months. We have seen how inflation has risen in post-COVID scenario. So after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the line, certainly inflation will be high, and therefore just parking the money in traditional investment schemes, mutual fund could be one of the systematic, that is the ideal option for the young investors to channelize their money for their retirement life and for their any other needs. So this is my observation, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. So nice of you. Now, any question from any participants?
Do we have any questions in the house?
Please share the mic to them if anybody has any questions to ask.
Anyone, do you have any questions? Hello? Do we have any questions in the house? Any doubt regarding the investment, STP, SIP, which are discussed?
Let me ask my one question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, on the behalf of the students, I am asking one question.
Please speak loudly.
Yeah. So on behalf of the students, I'm asking one question.
Yes, sir.
In your address, you mentioned that the minimum risk and the maximum risk. Maximum risk, we all know that if the market goes down, then the investor may lose a lot of money. But what could be the minimum risk if any individual would like to park their money through mutual funds?
Sir, basically, risk is inherent in share market. You will appreciate. Nobody can say where the market will go. But one thing I want to tell all of you. I think you just ask me, give me answer to my question. All I am talking to all participants. I can look them. How many of you agree that next 25 years are going to be golden period of Indian economy? Just raise your hands. How many of you feel that Indian economy is going to rise like anything in next 25 years? Thank you. Thank you very much. All of you. Yes, sir. I am with you. Thank you very much. What I want to convey here, Professor Bhagat, to them, that I think they must have seen IPL match, and by purchasing ticket, they might have gone to the ground, have seen the match. When they go and purchase the ticket, what ultimately they get? Temporary entertainment. Only for 2-3 hours they get good entertainment. Some player perform very well. Some team performs very well. They come home by spending money on ticket and on popcorn and on cold drink and all these things. And what they get? Nothing, very honestly speaking. But have you ever thought who get the benefit of IPL? Only 22 players who play on the ground. Majority. They get everything. They get celebrity status. They get match fees. They get advertisement endorsement. They get everything. And the same goes with us also. I'm telling all of you, if after 25 years our economy goes like anything, attain new heights, And if we are not investor, Dr. Bhagat, we will simply be clapping for our country, getting nothing individually. That is why there is a need that we have to be investor. That is now the time has come, my dear friends, that this country has to be a country of investors. Unfortunately, Dr. Bhagat, this country has been a country of saver for centuries together. But we have not been a country of investors. Now the time has come that we should be a country of investors, and the benefit of investment should percolate to each and every citizen of the country. But for that, precondition is there that we have to be investors. That is why we are doing our programs across country in 2 tier 3 cities, in 3 tier cities, in towns even, and to encourage people that you please start investing a very small amount. You might not have a handsome income initially, but then you start investing 500 rupees, 1000 rupees a month. Your investment will not only be benefit to you individually, because you will get in return, but it will also contribute to the new heights of Indian economy, because your money will be utilized for the growth of the country. That is why it is more essential now that we should be a country of investors.
Sir, factually, I might be wrong. Sir, factually, I might be wrong. Some 7-8 years back, I read one fact that only 5 to 7% of the Indian investors park their money in the stock markets, in equity markets. But now the scenario has changed. It's not like only the bull and bear game, but also the small investors of India investing the money in different schemes of insurance, mutual funds, and other products. So, what is the current scenario of Indian investor? Where the sentiments is currently running? Investment sentiments running in the country.
Sir, there are literally opposite views, I can say. Some people feel that this is the beginning of the Indian market. Market may go up to 1.5 lakhs in next 5 years. If the things looks as it is, honestly speaking, our corporate start performing, our corporate, ultimately market basic funda, Professor Bhagat, is that corporate should generate profit. This is the basic rule of stock market, that if a company share goes up, the underlying factor is that company is making profit. Of course, other factors are there. But some people feel that the market is overvalued now. There is a view also that some people feel that the market is overvalued, particularly in the context of small cap and mid cap. And that is why, Dr. Bhagat, you might have read in the newspapers 15-20 days back, SEBI chairman had come to the press to request mutual fund industry to be cautious about investment of retail investors in small cap and mid cap. So, but I feel personally that if you are a long-term investor, of course, and one more incident, Dr. Bhagat, I just mentioned here, in 2020, when Corona came all of a sudden, nobody was prepared for that. Majority of my friends phoned me and said, "Oh, what nonsense you have done to us. We have invested money on your advice, and my money has literally been 30%, 40% in a week's time or in months' time." I told them very clearly, and I always keep telling people that today the market might have gone down substantially because of external factors, but fundamentally we are strong. We will definitely come out of it. Please don't withdraw your money unless and until you don't have money for your food and basic needs. Otherwise, just forget, or rather on the contrary, keep investing your money, or invest your money if you have at this juncture. And Dr. Bhagat, you remember, within 2 years, their money was doubled. So what I am saying here is, fundamentally, we are strong. And next 25 years are going to be golden period for Indian economy. But again, I repeat what I have just said. To enjoy the benefit of the growth of the country, individually speaking, we have to be investors. We must start investing our savings right from today and continue doing it for the next 20-25 years.
Thank you, sir.
Any other question from any participant, or we close it?
Participants can also ask your questions. Participants can just unmute yourself and ask the question. Participants who join online.
I don't think we have questions now. So thank you very much. And I'm more than happy to meet all of you through this platform only. But I'm planning to your city next time. And whenever I come, Dr. Bhagat, I will be more than happy to meet all of you. You're all faculty members, your students. And we will definitely have a big program, more exhaustive discussions, more detailed discussions, not only on mutual funds, but on investment as such. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. We are truly grateful to Sri Suryakant Sharma for your willingness to share your experiences and knowledge with us. Your words have undoubtedly inspired us to be financially empowered and has definitely served as a beacon for light for all those who are looking for a career opportunity in the financial and securities market. With the same, I would like to invite Dr. Anil Borkar, Assistant Professor, SMCL, to deliver the vote of appreciation and wrap the session for today. On the positive note, I, Dhanushi Surana, Assistant Professor, SMCLA, signing off from the desk. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello and good evening, everyone. On behalf of School of Management, Commerce and Liberal Arts, Swarnim Startup and University, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to each and every of you who joined us today for the national webinar on financial empowerment and career opportunities in the financial security market. We're truly grateful for your presence and participation. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Sri Suryakant Sharma, Senior Consultant, Association of Mutual Funds in India. Your expertise, insights, and passion have made today webinar truly enlightening and engaging. Your willingness your willingness to share your knowledge and experience with us is sincerely appreciated. A special thanks goes to AMFI, Association of Mutual Funds in India, and their team, whose unwavering support has made this event possible. Your generosity and commitment are truly commendable, and we are immensely grateful for your contribution. I would also like to extend our gratitude to our respected President, Sri Rishabh Jain sir, Vice President, Sri Adi Jain sir, Provost, Dr. Ragin Shah sir, Registrar, Dr. Upendra Patel sir, Chief Administrative Officer, Dr. Ram Singh Rajput sir, Academic Dean and Academic Dean of Technical Programs, Dr. Kavita Kshatriya ma'am, our respected Director, SMCLA, Dr. Saurabhi Chaturvedi, for her support and encouragement. I am also grateful to our HODs, Dr. Shashikant Bhagat sir and Dr. Varsha Patel ma'am, for their guidance and support. I also thankful to all the faculty members, my colleague, for their cooperation and coordination. I express thanks to all attendees, professors, and students for their from other universities of various states who took the time out of their busy schedules to be part of this webinar. Your active participation through questions, comments, and discussion has enriched our learning experience and made it more interactive. Furthermore, I would like to thank to our technical support team led by Sri Amit Panchal for ensuring smooth logistic and troubleshooting any issues that may have arisen during the webinar. Your behind the scenes of effort have been instrumental in making making this event success. Last but not least, I want to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of our organizing committee members and volunteers who work continuously for this webinar. Your commitment to excellence has truly paid off, and we are grateful for your contribution. Let me tell you one thing, that this webinar, we got participation from various universities of other states and various countries also. As we conclude today's webinar, let us carry forward the knowledge and insight gained here into our respective endeavors, striving for excellence and making a positive impact on our fields. Once again, thanks to everyone who made this webinar possible. We look forward to your continued support and participation in the event. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dr. Anil, I am thankful to you particularly because you have been instrumental in organizing this program and you have been working very hard for last 15 days. So a big round of applause for Dr. Anil Barkar. Thank you very much. God